I hate doing these things.
Yet still, they must be done.
I wasn't cut out to be a diplomat, Saradar.
Nonetheless, you are the king's niece, and you must do your best for your family and your kingdom.
We shouldn't be long, Solarin. I hope. I have learned the basic spells in secret. I promise to keep my silence if you will teach me more.
You have a natural gift for magic, but as royal sorcerer, I know only too well that the responsibilities of magic and diplomacy are mutually exclusive. If they weren't, I would be the diplomat here, and you would be the sorcerer.
But...
The mission is most important. Your uncle and I have never seen such clouds as those that gather over Meridel. They are dark things and full of power. Our meeting with Queen Faerie must go well, and that responsibility falls to you.
Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
You'll do fine, Roberta. And if it helps any, maybe I'll teach you some more complicated spells while we're here.
Really?
Just one or two. But now we must hurry. It's getting late, and I'm sure Queen Faerie will want to meet with us soon.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Neopets the Darkest Faerie. I'm Starlight1680 and my ear itches on the side of my mic. And this is Act 2. So welcome back. Like I said in the last episode, I'm going to try and squeeze this all into one long episode. And there are only 2 side quests in it, so you don't have to worry. But now we are playing as Roberta. And she is the niece of the King of Brightvale. However, she's also the niece of the King of Meridel, so I have no idea who her parents are. Because the kings of Meridel and Brightvale are brothers. So, yeah, that's a bit awkward. Okay, so here we start out just like Tor with 3 red juppies and 3 purple juppies. Except unlike Tor, we also start with 1,150 Neo points. And I'm feeding this Meowclops because it's going to be incredibly useful. And you also saw there that, the Meowclops actually has a blue cross beside it, so that means it heals your magic. But as you can see, Roberta has a very large, magic bar. It's almost as big as her health. So, as you might be able to tell, Roberta's our magic user. So, let's talk to this. Painter Howl. Well, hello, my dear girl. Such a lovely day for painting, is it not? I wonder, my dear girl, if you could be of assistance. I just require one last touch to make this painting come to life. Just a little sprinkle of fairy dust. Here, take this bottle. If you happen to come across any fairies in your travels, all I need is a little fairy dust for my painting. You can keep whatever is left. Okay, so as you can see, the fairy dust quest is a side quest. We don't actually need to do it. However, we do need to talk to him to get fairy dust. This will become clear later, but we do need to talk to him to get fairy dust. So, if we go over here. Oh, my nose itches. There's a statue with some fairy dust. I should get this fairy dust over to Painter Howell so he can finish his painting. His painting of a moving castle. So if we go back over to him. Thank you, my dear girl. That's absolutely perfect. There. She makes the same noises as Tor for some reason. The tower in your painting vanished. Not entirely, my dear girl. The fairy dust just made it invisible. The perfect touch on a hidden tower, no? But if it's invisible, how do you see it? Meowclops are quite magical things, really. It is said that they can even see the invisible. With a Meowclops as your pet, you can discover many hidden things. And that's why I have the Meowclops. Because you see, that tower of his that he was painting is right over here. If you step into this circle, the tower will appear. And now it will stay there. There's stuff in there that's kind of useful, but it requires a lot of money grinding. You don't have nearly enough money to buy anything in there. 12-leaf clover. Bring on the luck. So yeah, that's what everybody says when you find a 12-leaf clover. Now, I'm not just mucking around here. This stuff is totally required. But if you climb up here, you can get a fairy wood stick. This would make a fine handle for a wand. If only I could get Saradar to teach me more magic. And that stone we picked up in the maze is meant to channel magic through a wand. So, in case you didn't notice, we're building a wand. Because Roberta doesn't have any weapons at the moment. And apparently they just used part of her model for what she's wearing as her armor. Because they neglected to make the cartoony sprite for it, but oh well. And I'm just going to take this off, because I don't really need the Meowclops anymore. But it's gonna stay with me anyway. Oh, why am I always so itchy? Okay, now let's go over to where Saradar is. His tail is like a greenish-gray color. Why? I am the council attendant, Keiko. May I ask your intentions? Greetings, Counselor Keiko. I am Roberta, the niece to the King of Brightvale, and this is Saradar, the most learned sorcerer in all of Brightvale. We are emissaries here to seek the advice of Queen Fiora concerning a strange and disturbing matter. We have noticed that a terrible dark cloud has grown over Meridel and is spreading. Then I shall inform Fiora's council at once. However, it may take some time because the council is already in session. Please feel free to enjoy our palace gardens while you wait. Aw, that was adorable! We like rubbed up against him. As soon as the council is ready for you, I will fetch you. Well, if we have to wait, I'm going to make use of my time at the palace library. Ah, Fiora's library, such a delight of learning. And so many wondrous books. Excuse me, young lady. You look like a kind person, someone who would help an old lady in need. You see, I have lost my Harris. He seems to have climbed into yonder tree and is afraid to come down.
Oh,
Do you think you could climb into the tree and get him down for me?
Uh-huh.
Of course I will help you, ma'am. Oh, such a nice young girl. I've been waiting for someone to give this to. This is a special amulet.
Uh-huh.
Wear it close. It may look old, but it has special powers. Thank you. It's, lovely. You're welcome, dearie. I'll be at the tree waiting for you. Okay, so like I said, there are only 2 side quests in Act 2, and you're not required to do either of them. You're just required to obtain them. Now, the Harris quest, as you can see here, is also a side quest. Because you already got the amulet, you don't need to help her. However, I'm going to. Because I'm a nice person. As evident in the last video. Well, not the last video, the video before. Okay, so... La-di-da-di-da. And... jump! And it doesn't matter if you stay in the tree or not, you just need to get close enough to get this text box. Gotcha, for something so cute, you can sure get into trouble. Now to get you back to that nice lady. And you'll just warp over to her. Oh, my little Harris is safe. Thank you so much, dearie. Please, take this potion and thanks. It's not much, but it might help. It appears that I gave my amulet to the right person. So, she leaves. And shows you where you need to go next. After the library, of course. So, the library is right here. Just go in. And you can talk to the people in here if you like. Read some books. No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to read the book. Let me read. I don't want to feed you either. I want to read. No, not talk. Read. No. Read. Thank you. I think we already read this on the nature of moats. You can pause and read if you like. Hey. Here we have another book. Magical Wands. Like that book said, you need the fairy dust to bind the wand together, so that's why. On the elements of magic, you can pause and read if you like. Okay, now we have the Hidden Tower. Portals. This will be important later, but reading this book isn't really important. So pause if you read if you like. Pause if read if you like. I can talk. Impossible enchantments. Considered a marvel of the magical arts, the endless staircase has been a fixture of fairyland for centuries. It has been thoroughly enchanted to magically transport anyone anywhere in fairyland. All that is required is to clearly state where you wish to go. The statues will point to the door leading to your destination. If I had read that book when I was younger, I might not have gotten stuck and had to learn all this stuff on YouTube. Well, not YouTube, I learned it on the internet, but it wasn't YouTube at the time. It was something else. Yeah, YouTube was just starting out when I got this game, so Yeah, I got this game in 2006, and I think YouTube started up in 2005. I could be wrong about that, but this stuff wasn't on YouTube yet, so... Joys of Fairyland. Pause and read if you like. And yes, I am going to look through all of the books here. Here's a book about Illison, if you want to read that. Here's a book about Queen Fiora. Serpent of Bogshot Swamp. This is important. And so the 12 legendary heroes rose up, driving the evil serpent Castyralis far from their land. It fled the lands to a deep and dismal swamp, forcing the locals to build a shrine and give it tribute. But its past defeat left it diminished. The local villagers rose up and finally slew the monster, ending its threat forever. Or did they? I don't know. Read the book. The Black Knight, this is also important. Unable to bear his black deeds any longer, the defenders of Meridel exiled the Skeith Knight. Furious, he fled to a small town and built a keep overlooking it to plot his revenge. But his reign of terror was cut short when the town rose up and killed him. His keep was left alone as a monument to his treachery. And this is the book I always like to come in and read in the library. If I can read it. Because this book is about my favorite character in the entire game, the Nameless Assassin. Though he couldn't turn from the light, the loss of his love broke him. His heart grew cold, and he learned the arts of death. When he was encountered again, he had changed from a warm person into a ruthless assassin. Now that is actually also the most well-developed character in this entire game, though it seems a bit unintentional. And, we'll get more into that later, but it relates to the Golden Rose side quest. Saradar, remember you promised to teach me a little magic. That was supposed to be after the council meeting. But we do have some time now. I suppose you have a point. Now's as good a time as any. So then, did you bring your training wand with you? Oh no, I left it back in Brightvale. Then I have the perfect training for you. You'll have to build a wand to use. You should be able to find all the ingredients you need for a wand here in Fairyland. I'll be here reading once you've found them. Okay. So, like I said, the little bit about the assassin has to do with this side quest. It's very, very subtle, and you really have to look deep into it to figure it out, but, it's there. So, good, you found all the elements you need to construct your wand. It will be a primitive one, but it should do for your lessons today. Now, let's weave these objects into a proper wand, shall we? Here you are. The first thing one learns about magic is that it has its own will and its own agenda. For our purposes, we can distill this agenda into categories which people call the fairy alignments. The alignments manifest as oppositely charged parts of magic, or pairs of magic. Fire, water, earth, air, light, and dark. All of these magical energies can be channeled through you, through the wand. Before we begin, you should study this spellbook. It is essential in protecting yourself against magical blasts. The spellbook he just gave you is your magical shield. So all ready then? Right, let's give it a try then. Concentrate your energies and release your power through the wand. And by that he means press start and feed the Meowclops, because I decided I did want it. I did want to keep it. Feed! Feed! Yay! Okay, now I won't feed it anymore. But, alright. So what he actually means by that is press the circle button. Well done! Now that you know you can channel the energy through you, let's try hitting something. Let's find something to enchant. That book will do nicely. Try to aim at it and hit it. Aim, huh? When I look around, I can aim my shots at things. As you may have noticed, there's this little circle thing that pops up when you use the camera. This is gonna pop up from now on. It gets smaller when you're aiming. Excellent. Now let's try something a little more potent. Let the power build up inside you by holding it all in. Once you are fully charged, release your magical attack on the target. Alright, so just like this, just hold the button for a little bit, and when it flashes, let go. You're learning fast, Roberta. Now, let's try channel your power into rapid bursts. Unleash as many magic bolts as fast as you can. If you do it right, you'll notice the bolts homing in on your target. So, unlike Tor, you're actually encouraged to use rapid attacks. Good show, my lady. You remember my teachings on motes and their magics, I assume? I remember that motes are aligned to the 6 magics, and and can be focused into spells. You remember correctly. Take this fire mote and assign it to your wand. All of your attacks will be fire-aligned, doing additional damage to any target you hit. Hitting water-aligned targets will cause them to take additional damage. For now, just shoot that book with your magic. Feels like my voice is going out. I don't think it is, but... Oh, right, the fountain. I forgot to mention this. The fountain in the middle of the, place with the thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, that fountain has bubble motes in it. I'll show you later, but for now, let's do it this. I always suggest using the rapid fire because it homes in on your target and it doesn't take nearly as much time to charge. So basically, what you do now is kill the spellbook. Excellent work. Take this outfit as a reward for all your hard studying. You've earned it. I don't know why, but for some reason, this outfit doesn't appear for several cutscenes. Good travelers, Fiora waits for you in the council chambers. Follow me, please. Let's go finish our task. For our kingdom, my lady. Queen Fiora should not be kept waiting.
Lady of the Western Skies, ruler of Fairyland, my uncle sends his best wishes from Brightvale.
And we return our greetings and best wishes for his health. To what occasion do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
My lady, I am Seredar, royal sorcerer of the court of Brightvale. Dark clouds have emerged over Meridel, and we fear them. We ask for Milady's help.
I have noticed the darkness and sent word to Illison about this matter. She has not answered, and we are concerned. When Fairyland next passes over Meridel, I will look into the problem. That much I promise.
The citizens of Brightvale thank you for your wisdom and your action.
This fountain. It has bubble moats if you go into the things. Okay, so now that that's taken care of, anybody else noticed that Roberta's wand was just kind of magnetized to her hip? It was just held there by a magnet. Kind of funny. And you don't actually see it on her model. She just kind of makes it disappear and summons it when she needs it. If she could do that, I don't know why she didn't do it with her training wand, but I guess she has to have the wand on her person already. So now you want to go in here, and your current objective is a brief respite. Get some sleep before you travel back to Brightvale. Okay. So that's what we're doing now. This is a very long staircase. It's a good thing the steps aren't that steep. People would be rather annoyed if they had to climb up steep steps this high. Unless you're somewhere else in the world and you don't mind it. Then whatever. We Americans are just lazy. Okay. Allow me to show you to your room. You gonna go? Okay, there he goes. Okay, the thing about this guy is he can get pretty far ahead of you or not pretty quickly. He has short, stubby legs, but if he gets too far ahead of you, he'll stop and wait for you. And if you get ahead of him, he'll stop and wait for you. But he has really stubby legs, so I'm just gonna run past him. And save! Whoops. What do I mean, whoops? Okay. Saving. And now, we sleep.
Dearest Fiora, for more than 1,000 years, I have waited for this moment. Please don't ruin it by speaking. After all, I've had an awfully long time to plan this revenge. Just wait and see what I have in store for you.
Apparently the Darkest Faerie is a vampire. Did anyone else notice that? She doesn't have a reflection. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that was intentional, so... Looks like there are some minions around now.
Seredar? What's going on? Are you alright?
It's all right, little one. Everything is fine now that the real power has returned. Your lessons in dark magic can finally begin.
Scary. Ah! Don't hurt me. Stop hurting me. Okay, so basically, ow! Roberta is your ranged character. Help! What was that? It sounded like it came from over there. Maybe I should investigate. So, Roberta's your ranged character. In case you couldn't tell. She is not going to be used for most of the game, so enjoy her while she's here. Because I'm going to use Tor most of the time. Because I just don't find Roberta that useful. She's good for some boss fights, though.
So, my minions were right. Another one has resisted my power. 2 now, in so short a time. What makes you and that young loop so special? You look familiar, and yet... No, it's not possible. 1,000 years have passed. Besides, it doesn't matter who you are. I have so many wonderful ways of finding out where your precious defense comes from. Let's try them all, why don't we?
That's unfortunate. I must find a way to make enough noise to distract the darkest fairy. So, that is code for run this way. Anyway, Roberta's good for some boss fights, but she won't be used throughout most of the game. And the game even favors Tor because you're required to use him for one boss fight. And you're never required to use Roberta except for in the second act, which doesn't have any boss fights. It just has boss running. So much for strong, independent women. I think I could find something to make a noise within here. Now, this is the clock tower. You can, just walk down the stairs like a normal person. We're gonna jump, because it's faster. And we want to make this go by quickly. So, you can do these things in any order, but first, I'm gonna take these bells. At least I assume they're bells. And I'm going to move them into position. Now, I'm going to get a bunch of juppies. By breaking all these barrels. A small tip is there's a Noil in here, right there. You want to feed him before you leave. Just make sure you feed him before you leave. Because he's going to be very, very helpful. Oh yeah, Roberta can do this spin attack too. And if enemies get too close, she'll start whacking them with her wand. And my boyfriend just texted me. Oh, it's 7:31. Dang. And we've been recording for 35 minutes. Don't worry, the act is almost over. Okay, so... apparently I can't get through there. So, before I forget, I'm going to put my purple juppies on and find that Noil. Now, this is the mechanic I was mentioning earlier. You see, when I feed the Noil, the Meowclops' timer goes away, and it's replaced by the Noil timer. And the Meowclops runs away. Because you can't have more than one pet following you at once. You can only have one. Now, let's see, gonna push these into those things. And you want to keep this Noil with you because he will be very, very helpful in allowing you to not die, because you're gonna do a lot of running from enemies soon.
What is causing that infernal racket?
Okay. Now, you're gonna have to listen to this noise on the way up, so I'm just gonna count to when we're at the top. I didn't actually say anything when we came back. Welcome back. So... yeah.
It's all right. It's me, the one who got the Harris down for you. I'm going to get you out.
You have the heart of a hero.
Okay. We can probably take the west corridor and get out through the...
No.
What?
If we stay together, she'll find us and imprison us both.
I'm not leaving you here.
Now that I'm out of the shackles, I can get to a place where I'll be safe. But you will need help.
Huh?
Find this amulet's twin. The one who possesses it can help you before... You have to go now. Get out of Fairyland and find him. Go!
And she just makes you leave her. Okay, so we have to go to the staircase we came in after going and saving that lady. So we have to go in the staircase out the staircase we came in from. Or at least try to. And there was a reason that Enchanted Staircase book was important. So you're going to be doing a lot of running from these guys if you don't want to fight them.
It's blocked! There must be another way down. The endless staircase.
And that would be why. So they make you go over here to have that cutscene, just so you can go all the way to the other side and have another cutscene. And then go down the confusing endless staircase. Run! No. That does not pause your game. I wanted to pause my game. And if you read this book, it's about the endless staircase. Run! You can save there if you like. And then just keep running. And running. And running.
Now, Where were we? Who has done this? Who has set her free?
Feed the Noil. And yes, he will stay with us into the third act. But those noises you hear are actually Harris. They're evil Harris. Now there's this first statue, which you leave alone. This is what evil Harris look like. So, ow. This statue is pointing downward, so you have to go down. I don't know why I couldn't figure this out. Statue's pointing up, go up, and just keep doing that until you see a door. I don't know why I couldn't figure this out as a kid. It was just... I think I was thinking stairs, just keep going down and everything will be fine. And an interesting fact is, if you don't follow the statues and you keep going down the stairs, after the first three statues make the first three statues that are pointing, the staircase will go infinitely both up and down. So, yeah, that's a thing. And this is the end of the act. We've been recording for 42 minutes now. So, I'll see you guys next time in Let's Play Neopets the Darkest Faerie. I hope you enjoyed this video, and just do your thing. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I'll see you guys next time. Going out this door will end the act. See ya.
Solarin!
Stop! No one defies me!